Yeah, the topic of the day is the current Arsenal team, a title-winning side, or rather, are they fourth-place scrappers? How interested is that? Now, I have a few passionate Arsenal fans in the studio with me. Rather, just, well, two passionate Arsenal fans in the studio with me, and they have a lot to say about that. And on the other side, I have someone not so optimistic, let me put it that way, about Arsenal's powers in the Premier League. But guys, please get involved. Remember to call +2711 0835378 and also tweet in at Planet Radio TV. Now let's start this exciting show. Mr. Segun Adebayo, you have 2 minutes to tell us why this current Arsenal side, they're actually the title-winning side. Why are you so sure?
It's simple. 3 reasons. If my 2 minutes will permit me to analyze it and break it down.
We hope so.
One, the major league winners are far behind this time around. For the past 10 seasons, it's always been Manchester City, Chelsea, or Manchester United. Manchester United, we all know this season, they are not in the race for it. Chelsea, they can't even finish top 10. Manchester City, the only contestant for the league this season. They are my opponent used to call them yo-yo boys.
They're yo-yo boys.
They are yo-yo boys today, they are shining. Tomorrow, they were nowhere to be found. They are winning 3-0 today. Next match, they are losing. And if you look at the matches they played, they've lost virtually like 6 matches away from home. If they should continue like that with the next 18 matches, they won't be able to win it. That's point number 1. My point number 2 is, if you look at Arsenal injury list now, despite the injury, they are still topping. Imagine when the likes of Oluwa Sanchez is back.
Hey.
Or Santi Cazorla.
Or Santi Cazorla. Imagine when Coquelin is back.
Or Danny Welbeck.
Or Danny Welbeck. And then, not talking about buying the new Emma Mohamed, the guy they just want to buy.
Prolific player.
Then, if Arsenal don't win it, they have themselves to blame. That's point number 2. Point number 3, the last time Arsenal have been on top of the table, come January 1st, was 2004. And that season, they won the league. So if history is to repeat itself, I believe definitely this time around, all Arsenal fans all over the world will smile. At least once again, Arsene Wenger, we can all sing his name again. So Arsene Wenger and Arsenal, they have all chances to win the league this time around. And my viewers at home, my great Gunners, Arsenal fans, they can testify to it that we are not playing that kind of football that gives us hypertension. Like we're leading 1-0, that minute we'll lose it to either draw or probably lose the game. This time there's this stability and there's this confidence that there is no major player, unlike on the days of Thierry Henry, where all balls is being given to him, or the days of Van Persie, where everybody's looking up to Van Persie. This time around, anybody...
All right, your 2 minutes is up. But guys, wow, Segun Adebayo has just given Alexis Sanchez a Nigerian passport. He said Oluwa Sanchez. Imagine when Oluwa Sanchez. So I was a bit confused. That's why I exclaimed. If you heard me correctly, I was like, hey, you know, I was shocked. Anyway, let's move on because Mr. Shobowale is going to take us on a nice lesson. You know, he's an economist when it comes to football. And I've always told the producers of the show that he needs a chalk and a blackboard, and he needs to teach everybody how football really goes. Am I right, Mr. Shobowale?
Spot on.
Don't worry, one day, one day we'll organize it for you. Don't you worry, my friend. Now, tell me, why do you believe that Arsenal are perpetual fourth placers? Now, I'll introduce you to a new word there. Fourth placers. Why are they perpetual fourth placers for you?
The reasons are not far-fetched. He's mentioned a lot of facts, according to him, that or a lot of reasons why they will win the league. But I need to also tell him that he's not looking at the flip side of the history he's giving us. So let's take it down history lane. He's saying that Arsenal topped the league 2004 and 2005, and that's the last time they won the league. I also want to remind him that whenever Chelsea have difficulties changing coaches mid-season, the cup, Premier League, always ends up in Manchester. Either the blue side of Manchester or the red side. So he should take note of that. Another thing I want to say is it doesn't look to me like Wenger has got the hunger to want to win the cup. Because if you want to win the cup, you will do whatever it takes to win this cup. True. Especially when everything is working to your favor. What do I mean by that? Wenger is the only coach that will chase a player for 3 years without buying. Another team will buy and he will say, I was linked to that player. And they will come out and say, I was linked to that player. Why didn't you buy? You start to ask questions. Arsenal is the... Wenger is the only one that I see is so stubborn to the extent he's not seeing the failing side of his stubbornness. For 10 years, if you no wonder Mourinho says he's a specialist in failure. Why would you go 10 years without winning the league?
Okay, but we're talking about the current side.
I'm telling you the chronological problem they've always had.
I'm so sorry.
This season, if I were to jump to this season, they are topping the league, but they've already lost 4-0 to West Brom. That's like to Southampton, and that's like the highest loss so far from the top four team. And they are not consistent as well this season.
All right, your 2 minutes is up. I know at this stage, Arsenal fans were pointing all kinds of weapons to their TV screens at Mr. Shobowale, but guys, it's all part of the beautiful game. Well, before we continue with the show, just a little detour. And we all know Rafa Benitez basically has been fired as the Real Madrid coach. And a certain Zinedine Zidane is now at the helm. Now, I wonder what you guys make out of this. I mean, Zinedine Zidane, Real Madrid coach.
I honestly feel they've made the wrong decision bringing Zinedine Zidane. Yes, it's good for the face of Real Madrid because he's the face of football.
Yes.
But generally, Zinedine, at the point they are, their third position with a high-flying Atletico Madrid and an ever-resilient Barcelona. It's not the right time to have a beautiful face sitting down at the corner of the
That's
Madrid.
because they don't want to be like
guys, we're still talking about Arsenal Football Club and the current side. We shouldn't forget that. Just by the way, I just felt like I needed to bring down the tension in the studio because it was getting too hot for me. And as you can all see, I'm already dark. I'm dark enough. So let's just bring down the heat in the studio. So yeah, I was going to talk about the weather outside after and all of that. But hey, we have to get back in the kitchen, and get back to the matter at hand. And I'm going to move to John Equator. Now, John Equator, we've heard your views about Zidane, but now the people want to hear your views about the Arsenal side, the current Arsenal team. Okay. Why you believe this is their season?
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank what my colleague at the purple side of the fence said about Arsenal not being able to win the league, but I'll have to remind him, irrespective of how you're talking about Manchester City and how you're talking about Manchester United, the fact still remains they've not been playing well. And we see the amount of clubs that have been beating Manchester City this season. They've been having striking problems. Even though Arsenal has been having their problems, but they pack their things together and they bring it out. The display is fantastic. Arsenal is one of the only sides that didn't lose to Leicester City. Manchester City lost to them. Chelsea lost to them. Even Manchester City.
Okay, no interrupting.
Hold on.
No interrupting.
Arsenal defeated them clearly, 5 goals to 2. Even when Vardy scored 2 brilliant goals.
But we must remember also Liverpool didn't lose to Leicester. But
where's Liverpool today? I'm sure, I think maybe 9th or 10th position. What I'm trying to say is that Arsenal in the top 4 over the last 10 years, at the moment, they are the most consistent team. This season, they've been at the helm of the title contenders. Even when they had 7-man injury list, and their injury list was even more than the footballing team, they were still contenders. They grind the win out. They beat Manchester United. They beat Manchester City. Yes, Chelsea they beat them with some very controversial moments, but they are at the top of the table. And the determination they have still kept them there. 2 weeks ago, we probably will be talking about Leicester City winning the title, but Arsenal changed the story. And we have to give it to those boys. If we're not even going to give it to Arsene Wenger, the boys are determined. Look at the likes of Walcott.
Your 2 minutes.
Your time is up. Stop telling us lies.
Okay. Well, really, I hadn't given Mr. Shobowale a Christmas present, and I wanted to give him a yellow one right now. But well, I will just keep it cool for now. But you're not allowed to do that. That's against the rules. And next time you will be getting a yellow card for a sliding tackle. But we'll let it slide for now. You know, I would be on my Howard Webb behavior right now and start the game off coolly before I start giving out the cards. Now, we're moving on to a man that believes if Arsenal win the Premier League, it's surely the end of the world. He believes like, yeah, it's Armageddon if Arsenal win.
That's not so.
Okay,
That's not true.
now, Mr. Emmanuel Akura Adaa.
Yeah.
Since last year, ever since I met him, he's been so sure that Arsenal, the only cup they would ever lift is the cups in their cabinets, in their kitchens at home. Not on the field of play.
The FA Cup.
Elaborate on that.
You see, my colleagues here, they were talking that Arsenal is going to win the league. I was expecting them to analyze the Arsenal team, to tell me that team that is going to win the league. They failed to do that. They're only telling me that Arsenal has been consistent in the league for the past 10 years, in the top 10 or in the top 4. I mean, that doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, coming to Arsenal as a team, you look at the Arsenal team. Why? I'm giving you the reasons to why they're not going to win the league. You see the Arsenal team, you look at them, how many of those Arsenal players that are coming from the bench to make a difference when they're playing? How many of those players? You don't see anyone. If you watch the game against Southampton that they lost 4-0, if you watch that game, you see clearly that they were very clueless. They had no idea of how the game was going. They have no one who will come from the bench to change. The coach was as if he wasn't even there. He could not make the changes that would get at least a positive result for him on that night. Now, talking about these players, talking about the injury players, how many of these players, when they were not injured, the other ones were coming from the bench to make the change? Like I said, nobody's coming from that. If you want to be a team that will win the Premier League, you need to have players from the bench that if any player comes from the bench can be able to also make a difference and contribute to that team. Aside that, you have this Arsenal team that don't have leaders. Peter Cech now they bought him, which is a very fantastic signing for Arsenal. To me, I would be unfair to say he's not a fantastic signing for them. He is, and he has been changing a lot of things in that team. But tell me, how many of those leaders do they have in that team? You watch the Chelsea side that won the Premier League last season. They had the likes of John Terry, Ivanovic, Mikel Obi, Drogba. They have the leaders in that team who were able to motivate the players and tell them when they're about to give up. But the Arsenal team right now, they're not consistent. I don't see them winning. Or Gerrard himself, you remember what the legend himself, Henry, said. You can't win the league with that kind of striker alone in front. So if he's injured tomorrow, who is going to replace him?
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're missing an incredible show. Wow, guys, before we started talking, like I started talking in this section, guys, there was so many heated arguments in the studio and you missed it. Hopefully you get to watch the repeats. Anyway, remember the discussion of the day is the current Arsenal side, a title winning team or fourth place scrappers. Now, we're going to talk to the purple team because now, first, before we talk to the purple side, let's get our first caller. Hello, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hello?
All right, would you please kindly turn off your TV set so I can hear you properly?
Hello?
All right, can you please turn down your TV set so I can hear you clearly?
Hello?
Hello, how are you?
Hello?
Okay, what's your name and where are you calling us from? Okay, now let's continue. I was saying the red team gave us their opinion on the Zidane saga. But before we talk more extensively about, you know, other things football related and Arsenal, I think a few tweets are coming up. Let's see some tweets coming through.
At Damili at Planet Radio TV, does Arsenal really deserve the title? It's a question.
Rhetorical question. Is that okay? Let's see. Are there more tweets coming through?
At Fish Baba at Planet Radio TV, hello guys, this could be Arsenal here. They look most promising among the top 4 teams, despite the injury list. Up Man U. Man U fans are saying reality. Thank God.
Okay. Now, let's.
At Duru Somoti at Planet Radio TV, I don't see Arsenal winning the EPL. They might finish in that second place, but not winning the league. Chelsea for life. Yeah, in their 14th position.
All right. Now, there's a call coming through. Hello, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Ahmed. I'm calling from Ikorodu.
All right. Well, Ahmed, I thought you were calling from the Emirates Stadium there for a second. Now, tell me, what are your thoughts? Who are you supporting tonight? Is it the purple team or the red team?
I'm supporting the red team.
You're supporting the red team. Okay, now why do you believe Arsenal, this could be their season?
Yeah, I think the red team is winning because for the past season, Arsenal is having a goalkeeping issue, and now they have the best goalkeeper in the world.
See?
Okay,
So you
the
can
purple
look
team.
at the experience check it's given to the defense.
The
The way he
purple team.
communicates with
Any
them.
question?
So it's different. Look it from the midfield.
Okay.
Look it from the midfield. The difference is there. So I think Arsenal is winning this season. They have the chance to win the league and everything it takes.
I don't have a question for him, but I just want to
Thank
make a
you very
comment.
much.
What he's saying doesn't even what he's saying. I don't
All right.
understand because talking about the defense.
He's
So
voting
tell me,
for us.
listen.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
not
Thank
arguing.
He's voting
I'm
for
not
us.
Thank
arguing.
you. Guys, calm down. All right, we have another call coming through. Hello. Okay. Well, let's see a few tweets coming through, and then we'll take Emmanuel Akura Adaa's thoughts quickly.
At Ebony D Azubike at Planet Radio TV. Oh, who dash monkey banana?
He's supporting us.
Maybe next generation.
Yes, he's supporting us.
It's a tweet, relax.
All right. That point I will give to the purple team. Okay. All right. We have our caller back, I suppose. Hello. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Hello. Are you there?
Hello, good evening, sir. My name is Colin Soda.
All right. Can you turn down the volume of your TV sets?
Okay, sir. I'm hearing you, sir. I hear you, sir.
All right.
Hello?
What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Colin Soda. I'm calling from Benin, Edo State.
Okay.
I'm the commission.
So who are you supporting tonight?
I'm calling from. Okay, I'm not supporting Arsenal because Arsenal they are not to
He's
carry the
supporting the
league.
powerful guys. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, I'm listening to you.
Arsenal cannot to carry the league because 2008 the same thing happened to them. They are top Chelsea and Man U. They are about 15 points ahead. They lose 4 matches straight and draw 1. Chelsea come behind and carry the one. So Arsenal is bad.
Don't argue with our guys.
So Arsenal don't have right to carry the league. They still wait for 2018 to carry the league. Thank you, sir. Thanks for me, sir.
All right, thank you. Thank you for that call. All right, well,
So
it seems that caller was clearly supporting the purple team. So that point goes to the purple team. We have another caller on the line. Hello, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hello?
Hello. A happy new year to you, sir. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Kazim calling from Agibule.
AJ
Okay.
for life.
Now, tell me, who are you supporting tonight? The purple or the red team?
The Pope.
Thank you.
You're supporting the purple team. Okay, why do you believe Arsenal cannot win the Premier League this season?
because
Okay, we're still listening to you. Okay, well, now I wonder who was responsible for scaring of our callers.
I believe
it was Segun Adebayo with his hard face.
I believe the caller was answering under duress. He said
All right.
he was a Chelsea fan.
Okay, let's continue with our conversation.
So I wanted to
now,
answer too.
Before we speak to Emmanuel Akura, Adaa, I believe we have just 2 more tweets we need to read for now, and then we will hear his thoughts and get back into the game.
At human being at Planet Radio TV. Like seriously, is Arsenal really performing? But they can't win the trophy. They will still fall.
Keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming.
Crisis ahead.
Keep them coming. They
Well,
know the truth.
that was clearly an Arsenal fan, I suppose. Yeah, the next tweet.
At Gabriel Lucky 12 at Planet Radio TV. For sure, the Gunners will go all the way to win the league. At hashtag Oluwa Sanchez is involved.
Oh, guys, I mean, I don't understand the Oluwas put in front of names. Anyway, let's speak to Oluwa Emmanuel Akura Adaa on the set right now. Now, tell me, before you start speaking about Arsenal's chances of winning the league, I broke the news earlier of Zinedine Zidane and actually what he's going to do with the Real Madrid team. What are your thoughts? And I want you to be very brief on this.
It's just the same situation like Chelsea. They were in a very bad situation. The players were not happy with the coach, just like the Chelsea players were not happy with Jose Mourinho, which he got fired. Now they are playing again. I believe Zidane, what he can do is, the league he might not win the league, but I believe he will still take them to second position and they will qualify for Champions League.
All right, well, Zinedine Zidane, we would like to see his coaching tactics. Imagine Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't score in an important match. Zidane will just simply headbutt Ronaldo, and that's the end.